Legend of Total War here, and today we've got a saving a disaster situation, which is kind of devolving into a disaster campaign, playing as the Golden Order, where he's asked me to deal with Clan Eshin, but in all honesty, I'd be actually a bit more concerned about Vilitch the Curseling. But anyway, let's deal with this bit first, because that is the most urgent bit. I want to read out the email, give you guys a bit of context, and then figure out a solution. So, email reads, "Hi Legend, I've got a tough battle here. The settlement gets attacked and Gelt gets pulled into it. 3 full stacks versus a small garrison. Gelt doesn't have the magic that he deserves, but his fellow wizards have some nice summons and mount. Captain is a good character killer, but the Grey Seer on his bell is tough to kill. A lot of resources poured into artillery who spawn too close to enemy reinforcements. Good luck." Okay. So what I think he means by doesn't have the winds of magic he deserves is because he's got 174 winds of magic here, but if they attack the settlement, then they only have like 68 winds of magic. So yeah, you end up losing more than 100 winds of magic in that case here. So here's what I want to do. I want to just hit the end turn, show you guys what he's dealing with, and then I want to load back here and actually make some adjustments. Obviously, Gelt doesn't have that much, doesn't have any movement left. It looks like he actually came out from the water and force marched up this way. I don't know why you would go and sacrifice your best army to save a tier 1 settlement, but that's what we've done. So, let me just check the battle difficulties and stuff here. Max that up. I'm not going to actually fight the battle just yet, but just put that up anyway. So, it's on very hard campaign difficulty and then max out battle difficulty. Alright, so just want to show what's going on with this. I don't care about Blitz of Dread, they're not the problem this turn. I thought it was a little bit weird that Clan Eshin was going after Shyama's Rest rather than attacking Gelt himself, because he's in Force March, they could ambush him. And his army is not in a good position to be ambushed at all, especially with all that artillery. They're bringing in 4 full stacks, not 3. So yeah, I'd actually say that winning this battle is pretty much impossible, especially if your reinforcements are coming in from a bad angle, which means we have to change their reinforcement location, which makes them take longer to come onto the battlefield. And again, Gelt not having enough winds of magic is going to be a problem, because he would be the primary way of defeating this army. So, let's come at this a different way. Now, it's going to seem a little bit weird, but I would prefer that they ambush me as opposed to attacking the settlement. Because if they ambush us, they probably won't bring in 4 full stacks, depending on what I do. Because the enemy, like I've said before, they'll dedicate an appropriate amount of force, but not overly excessive. So, since we've got another army over here, and this army looks like it's poised to strike at it as well, why don't we force march this guy out of the way? Plus, I really want to get him back to the Temple of Elemental Winds. And also, if we have a look at this region here, there's some battle wizards we could potentially recruit, but he doesn't have a whole lot of money. So, how do we get them to not attack Shyama's Rest, and instead attack Gelt? Normally, I would have thought they'd just go for it, especially considering on force march. But looking at your army here, I've got to say, and you've seen me do this loads of times before, it's not very good. What would actually make this army stronger is if, let's see, if we got rid of this one, and all of these, all at the same time. Bye-bye, bye-bye, all gone. Oh my god, Legend, what are you doing? Oh, this one as well. All gone. What's he doing? Trust me, okay? Trust me. You got to understand the strength of being small and not having other units, especially as Balthazar Gelt. Okay, what this should do is maybe bring in fewer troops over here, but what we also want to do is hire some wizards into this army here to sort of max it out. Now, in terms of just having a look quickly at Gelt, I think he's leveled up Gelt very well, so I got no issues with any of this whatsoever. Okay, Gelt actually isn't wearing his robes of the Supreme Patriarch. Probably should do that. That would be a good idea. Yeah, what we want to do is start summoning some wizards using his arcane essays, but we don't have a whole lot of them. So we should definitely have a death wizard attached to this army. That would be a really good idea. Now, we didn't have enough essays in order to do a celestial wizard and then arcane scrying. So if I'd hide this one, I still have 298 of that, and there's no way for us to make an attack this turn, so I wouldn't be able to get any more of them. Then on top of that, let's see, what else should we get? We should get a... Yeah, we should get a Celestial Wizard, I think, so grab one of those. And then also grab... No, wrong way. Let's grab a Metal Wizard, only because it's cheaper than the other ones to get. Can't get any more. This? Okay, that gives us 3 wizards. Alright, we recruited them at rank 10. Cool, and they're all on horseback. Cool. Let's attach them into the army.
You lack my expertise.
Trinkets won't go amiss.
Now the thing is, what we've just done here is make Balthazar Gelt way more powerful than he was previously, because he made the right move and actually built this landmark here. That provides mastery of elemental winds for battle wizards, all armies. So what that does is for every wizard that's attached into your army, your spell mastery for all of your wizards goes up by 15%. So we've just added in 45% additional spell mastery. So that means all of his spells are now going to be even stronger than they were before. Now, they're still going to attack Shyama's Rest here. We should probably level them up. I'll do that in a moment. They're still going to attack Shyama's Rest. We don't want them to do that. This is not really an important settlement. So I've got an idea. Luckily on our border over here is the Defenders of the Great Plan. So I am going to ask them to take the settlement away from me. That way they can't attack it. And also we get an absolute ton of cash for doing so. But legend, you lose territory. It's okay. Totally fine. You can always just attack them later and get it back. It's not like that's going anywhere. Okay, now they have no choice but to attack me. Now, I can't get out of Force March, but now our army is no longer vulnerable to being ambushed. If they ambush me, I don't really care. That's fine. Let them do that. Okay, so with these ones here, I would like for... Let's see. Let's go with that. Don't need to use this metal magic. It was the only wizard I could afford. It would be good if we can get Arcane Conduit, but it had to be able to recruit them at rank 12. The Death Wizard is someone that we want to use, so I need 2 points into Spirit Leech. Definitely need Life Leeching. Want to use Doom and Darkness. That can actually be really quite handy. Evasion. Yep, and yep. Okay. And Celestial Wizard. Let's see. Let's grab this. I mean, that's really good, but you've got to be at least rank 12 if you want to start going through there. Alright. Alright, good. Alright, let's have a look at other bits of equipment as well, because it doesn't have a hell of a lot. It's not super late in the campaign. So, in terms of Balthazar Gelt here, if we have a little look, there's a Talisman of Preservation here. Let's pop that on. In terms of his weapon, let's see, don't really have anything particularly interesting, so yeah, just keep that one. Alright, this guy's got the Armor of Fortune. I think I'd rather give that to one of the others. Let's give you the Helm of Discord instead. And sort of Battle Lucky Arrow, Potion of Strength. Yeah, that's all fine. Shield Tolos. I don't think we need to worry too much about that. Instead, you can have the Armor of Fortune, because I need you to be protected. And you can have the Talisman of Endurance. And let's have a look here. What else is there? Hand Weapon. This probably doesn't really matter with this one. Enchanted Item. Ranger's Quiver is useless on him. Forbidden Rod. Yeah, I would probably prefer that to go on someone else, actually. So for this Amber Wizard, let's have a look. What do we got? There's a... Let's see, where was it? Up here. Glittering Scales, that could be good. Also, he's got the Imperial Griffin on this one. Now, that is a good mount, but we have to know what we're going up against. The enemy have got a lot of, like, gutter runners and things that do armor-piercing damage. And they're very likely to hit a Griffin as opposed to a Imperial Pegasus. So that's what I would much prefer. I think we'll be better off on that. Because I will be sending this guy into melee. And yeah, if they're shooting him down with gutter runners, that's just that's not going to work out too well. Yeah, none of these items here are particularly interesting. We could fuse some of these ones here. I don't think he'll miss them, so let's do some of that. Probably not going to get anything particularly interesting. But yeah, some of these arcane items suck. Cool, we just got the Brass Cleaver. That's good. I'll give that to you. Okay. Armored of Silver Steel is crap. Alright, we'll just have to... Oh, hang on. Take the Trickster's Shard and the Scroll of Aramar. That's also crap. Let's... Oh, hang on. Aramar, let me just check that one. Fear of Aramar. Yeah, it's not really a good spell. Runefang. Not really what we wanted, but it's luck of the draw with that stuff. Okay. Cool. So we can't get out of Force March, and they can't attack the settlement now. So this guy is out of range of this one. So hopefully they'll... What I'm hoping happens is that they actually attack us, and I don't care if they ambush us or not. But if they attack us multiple times over the end turn, that gives us a great opportunity to gain lots of arcane essays. Then over here, because we just got a whole bunch of money, I'm going to recruit a whole bunch of wizards to attach into this guy. Now, I think we should attach a celestial wizard into him, because we may need to reset his movement. It largely depends on how soon Vilitch is going to come over here, who is actually more of a concern as far as I'm concerned than Eshin. Alright, let's grab this one. That noble could be useful elsewhere later down the track, maybe. Yeah, grab a death wizard as well. Even though he hasn't done anything to improve the death magic, that would be the next priority for me to spend the arcane essays on. Then, let's see, what else would be good? Probably a life wizard. Yep. And a shadow wizard is good. Would have gotten one for guilt, but we ran out of... See, this isn't costing us arcane essays, and I couldn't recruit... Wait, could I recruit them there? Oh, it's too late now, I've already... Yeah, no, it just allows for recruitment of them in this region. Let me actually go to a different region. I don't think he gets global recruitment of wizards. No, he doesn't. Okay, that's fine. I was just checking that. I just couldn't remember. Okay, what else? You've already got a beast wizard attached. Having one of each law of magic can be really handy. A light wizard that's disciplined. That could be quite handy. Alright, we've still got more capacity. Then get a... Let's see. Yeah, fire wizard would be good. Tough sounds great. Knowledgeable shit now. And I guess we don't have a metal wizard there. So that's... Yeah, pretty... Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... That's all 8 laws of magic for this guy. Okay. So... Let's level them up. Oh, no. Flamestorm, that's what we need, not piercing bolts of burning. Do that again. Okay. This one here, yeah, focus on that. And Dwellers Below can be really handy, depending on how we go with it. Uranus Thunderbolt's good. Yep.
What do you want of me?
Yep. Probably won't need Net of Ammontok, but I'll just get it just in case, because I probably won't need Light of Battle either. Probably won't be using Banishment, use Barona's Time Warp.
Knowledge is power.
Actually, no. When it comes to the Shadow Wizard, we should just not spend any points, because you want to get into the shadows as quickly as possible, and we can start putting points into there as of rank 12. So, we've got 9 points. We've got to get 2 levels up, and then we can spend... Hang on, we need... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we leave 3 behind here, then we won't put any points into it. Okay. Okay, so don't spend any more points. Because, yeah, you really want that stalk. It's very handy. Okay, and this Metal Wizard.
Alchemist.
Put 2 points into Searing Doom is very good. It's a very good spell. Wouldn't worry about using Final Transmutation with anyone other than Gelt. Okay, so yeah, that's just for him when we get there. Alright, cool. Alright, we've got a whole bunch of money. Let's go and make some adjustments. Oh, God, that's annoying. Okay, yep. Make some adjustments to his settlements. Let's have a look over here. So he's got the growth up to here, up to 5. He's got pretty good public order, so I don't think he needs this here anymore. Let's switch that. Did I adjust the battle difficulty? Yeah, I did. So if we build this, that'll make it 10% cheaper next turn. Probably don't need these tall walls here. Oh, I see what you did. You did that to get the Ulrika quest. Well, that's done now, so you don't need this anymore, surely. Because it's not under any threat here. And it's taking the place of another building. This is not a bad build slot there. You probably don't need the embassy grounds. Providing growth in this province isn't needed. You're at maximum growth now. But the extra relations with Grand Cathay you also probably don't need that. They tend to like you a lot anyway, and you're missing out on an economic building there. Definitely don't get rid of this one, but that building there is not so good. That should be building a major settlement, but I'll still... I think he did this in order to get the quest for Theodore Bruckner. So let me check over here. Alright, some warrior priests, I reckon, would be really good for you. Get some of them going. So the reason why I built 2 is to get extra capacity for them. Get that going. Okay. Cool. Alright, that way we've got 10 grand left over. So you should be able to afford this next turn. Also, by disbanding all of those units, we've got more income than we did previously. Okay, let's hit the end turn here, and we'll just see how things play out. So yeah, I'm expecting to get ambushed. It'd be very lucky, although it doesn't really matter, if we don't get ambushed. Don't care about Loke here, whatever he does, it doesn't matter. Good, they're still coming over here. Now, I thought about trying to drag them into war with Clan Eshin as well, but there's no way to reliably do that. Because they're a vassal of Nakai, I could get Nakai to join the war. Oh wow, they were going to bring all the armies to go and fight just this? And they ambushed us. Oh, Legend, you suck! So here's the thing, the reason why I'm not concerned about it is because the Skaven are typically fairly slow, and we've got nothing but fast units. So all we have to do is just get out of the way, wait for the ambush penalty to expire, and then we've now got 182 winds of magic to utilize. Now, there were some armies that didn't show up over here, so it definitely brought fewer armies this way. So they might bring some of the other ones in to attack us again. Yeah, because we want to get attacked multiple times. It'll be a good way to just farm arcane essays. Really, really good.
We are Sigmar's heirs.
So it's pretty amazing how, with only a handful of heroes, having disbanded his entire army basically, and getting ambushed, this will be a way easier battle than what it was going to be originally. Alright, so what I want to do is go over that way. These guys here, we need some people on the ground. Hang on. We're going to be able to run up through there, looks like it. Right, we're on force march, so we're a little bit tired. Come on, guys. Alright, actually, I may need to go back this way. Yeah, you gotta watch out for... Skaven Save Slingers aren't going to be affected by the armor piercing, it's just the Eshin units. Alright. So our army's... Oh, hang on. I want to get rid of this lord, but I don't want to use final transmutation just on him. It does look like he's correctly put in all the skills needed for, and the arcane essay needed to reduce the winds of magic for guild. That's really great. But yeah, if you do it for the Death Wizard, then you can actually get unlimited winds of magic. So it wouldn't have mattered if the settlement got attacked or not. It would have, you know, start the battle with 10 winds of magic or 100 doesn't make any difference. So I wanted to do this. Now we've got 160% spell intensity, thanks to what's it called? Thanks to the extra wizards being attached into it. So he would have been at 115 otherwise. What's Gelton? 175%. Yeah, he's got 15% more than the others. Okay, now I don't really want to smash up this army that much because I want them to be incentivized to attack us again. But I did want to kill that lord because that will make it easier to get these guys off the battlefield. Because I don't really want to wipe them all out. I just want to beat them. So that's why I put the points into Doom and Darkness for the potential of potentially routing them. But we'll see how we go. It's got a fair few obstructions around the place, which that's okay. But eventually I'm just going to throw them into melee. But I got to take out their really important units first. The ones that will do all the serious damage to us. Namely the heroes. Because their infantry just aren't really going to do anything to our heroes. And that's why we got rid of... Like all the artillery and stuff, it's still just a liability for this. silly how that's the case, but, you know, Gelt's got such powerful abilities when it comes to just using an only hero army, and the Skaven in these forces here, they've just got very few things that can actually deal with us, especially with this level of spell intensity. That was just one Spirit Leech there. So the reason why I'm using Spirit Leech as opposed to Final Transmutation is that it's cheaper, even though it's the same Winds of Magic, but at least we get life leeching, so we get a little bit refunded. So if we're going to use Final Transmutation, I'd want to make sure that there's a nice big blob of them so we hit multiple units. Specifically multiple heroes. Try to pop it down on a hero specifically. Okay, I would like to get rid of that. Yeah. And it's more efficient for Gelt to overcast it than to regular cast it, unless we need to cast really quickly, because if we cast it regular cast, I'm pretty sure there's like no cooldown, but with overcast it's a pretty long cooldown. So your overall DPS is better if you don't overcast it. But while we're not in melee, it's fine, although they are catching up to us, you know. Force March, it is what it is. The only way I could have pulled them out of it was to respec Gelt, or take him out of the army, and I was sure as shit not going to do that. That would not have improved our prospects for this battle. Because right now, the fact that we got ambushed doesn't make any difference. The Force March definitely does. Alright, this is where we're going to have to stand and fight. They've got us stuck here now. Okay. Really trying to make sure that we kill off as many of the single entities as possible, because like I said, the other units, just not that big of a deal. This is why I want to take them up the Griffin. See how we're not taking tons of damage? Because they're too small, they can't hit us. No, don't need to use that right now. One Winds of Magic, but yeah, don't overcast it or else the cooldown will be too high. Keep focusing on these heroes here. Make sure we try to stay as close together as possible. Also, this super fucking powerful, especially with that extra spell intensity. Actually, I'm just thinking of it. It might be better if I don't heal. I know it seems silly, but if I don't heal, I'll be in worse shape on the campaign map. They might make another attack on us. That's what I want to have happen. I really want this guy here to die. I'm not sure if that Spirit Leech was going to kill him. Last thing we want is that guy getting immortality. So stay close together. And see how they're even sending their missile units in. The AI is just so bad at dealing with small single entity spam. Now if you're thinking, well, you could have just hidden your units elsewhere. Well, we're going to get ambushed. But theoretically, let's assume that we didn't get ambushed. If we hide too much of our balance of power, then they go searching for us. If all of our balance of power is out in the open, then this is what they do. We have to overcast it in order to catch him with that.
Wither and die.
I reckon we've done a fair bit of damage to the first army, which is not really what I wanted. Let me get over there and focus on them. Yeah, the majority of his army was like Regiment of Renown anyway, so it's very easy to replace that, you know, in 10 turns when they come back. Just not really a great army for dealing with just mass waves of enemies. I mean, obviously he had the Sun Maker, but it would run out of ammunition. When there's no single entities in the area, probably best don't use Final Transmutation, because we get 6 of these. Unless... Something's doing a lot of damage to us. Just not sure what it was.
They'll never move again.
It's a bit risky not trying to heal our guys because leadership could be dropping a bit. And also, it's affecting our balance of power, which will keep them in combat longer. Doesn't matter, there's the army losses. So yeah, I could heal them, but I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna, because we want them to attack us again. I mean, they might not. But we'll see. But yeah, as we can see, 8-minute long battle against 3 full stacks.
Go! By Ulrich's will! For Heldenhammer!
Like, it went from being probably a 10 out of 10 difficulty battle to being a 0 out of 10 difficulty. And that this is after being ambushed. I definitely want to get rid of the rattling gun. Because yeah, there are some armies that just don't have to worry about being ambushed, and some armies that absolutely need to be deathly scared of it. Because you had an artillery-based army, the fact that you forced marched right in front of a Skaven army, like, what were you thinking? There was just no way you were going to get out of that one way or another. Trying to get rid of the rattling guns. Didn't even need to use the summons. But Legend, he invested so much into his artillery. I was going to die anyway, so...
Move out! Moving now!
Now it's fine. I mean, it's not fine, it's gone. But his army's fine at least. That's my Discord messaging me. By the way, guys. Let me just pause the recording and sort that out. Okay, it's all good. So, could heal. Deliberately deciding not to. Actually, maybe... No, it's fine. Don't heal. I know it seems weird, but got to weaken myself on the campaign map in order to incentivize them to attack us again. Because if they don't attack us again, then we don't get enough arcane essay. Well, we probably still get, like, I don't know, 700 for this. But if they attack us again, we could get 1400 potentially. And also drag that other army over here. Yeah, 748. Okay, so we'll take the money. Will you attack me again? Because, yeah, the army that initially attacked us, it should have plenty of movement. Those two might not, though. Not sure. Because they already had to force march to get here. Nah, they're... hang on. Are they going to go for it again? Nah, they didn't go for it again. Okay. It was worth a shot. It doesn't matter that we're a little bit damaged. I'll just heal in the next fight. All of their army standing out over here. No problem. Yeah, I suspected that there was... Oh. That's way worse than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, I didn't think that Eshin was the real problem here. Oh, also, by having the extra money, we got Ulrika. Bonus. Well worth it to sell that settlement then. Well bloody worth it. Magic drained? Oh, you bitch.
You summon me.
Took 40 winds of magic off us. But here's the thing. If we can manage to get enough arcane essays to grab this item here, then you essentially get unlimited winds of magic for any army that's got that actually equipped. This is why we want to make sure that all of our armies have a Death Wizard. You just switch it around where it's needed. And then, of course, this one here makes Spirit Leech a lot more effective. Although, this is the main one that you want, because you just let this guy here get loads of kills, and then it just passively generates more magic. You don't even need life leeching. So, hang on, what was the amount needed for that again? 1250. Okay. And this guy here... Alright, well... We'll probably need to use this Celestial Wizard on him. Because if we just force march to here, they'll attack us with both of the armies. But if I attack this guy here, they're separated. Right. That would be the best way to handle it. Instead of fighting one big battle, fight two smaller battles. Have a look. There's another army there as well. Looks like it's a big one. What's their strength ranking compared to us? Yeah, okay. Yeah, alright. It's a fair bit. Okay. Alright, well, over here, what we can now do is use these armies to sort of farm for arcane essays, so that we can spend it on this guy here, I guess. So let's put a Death Wizard into that army. Alright, so if we attack Hang on. Oh shit, look at that. They're at war with each other now. How did that happen? They weren't at war to begin with, like last turn. Interesting. Well, they did. It's too bad they didn't occupy the settlement, because that way we could have just taken it straight back. Wouldn't that have been hilarious? Right, yeah, we could use the thing to give Balthazar Gelt more movement, but it is what it is. That'll give him more movement next turn. Alright, so if we wanted to go this way... I'm not sure if I attack this one here, I'll be able to reach there. It looks likely, though, that we'll be able to get both of them going. We don't have Lightning Strike on Gelt. Let's do some leveling up, though. So, we obviously don't need the red line right now, although Stand Your Ground is very good for this kind of army, for sure. But what would be even better is probably Lightning Strike. As for the stuff here, probably go with Stripping Away Corruption. I only gained 1 level anyway. And then, yeah, more health would be good for you. So that's all good. Actually, if we have a miscast, Spell Resistance will come in handy. I didn't even use the Forbidden Rod in the previous battle. I didn't need it. Probably best to get Missile Resistance. Yep. Yep, really need that Arcane Conduit, but should be fine for now. Yeah, don't you worry about that. Purple Sun of Xerius will be really good for building up loads of that those kills, because you need 500 to get it to absolute max when we get that item. Yep. Okay, and
I am ready.
make the attack.
Are you?
Interesting. We can auto resolve, and they'll get wiped out. We'll take a lot of damage, but none of our guys will get wiped out. Interesting. So he picked up a thing out at sea. Because if we fight the battle here, they all get wiped out anyway. But if we do this, then we don't get a chance to heal, which shouldn't really matter. The other army that's sitting in there, I don't think is a big deal. We can just heal in that battle. So this just saves time. And that survived. Okay. But we also didn't really get that many arcane essays, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that was the right call. Maybe I should have fought it manually, just not 100% sure. But got the body counter for Balthazar Gelt, so that actually is good. I guess the casualties from them actually count towards it, so extra hit points for Gelt, great. Unfortunately, we don't have enough move. Oh, hang on. No, we don't have enough movement to actually get there. Not unless I use this Celestial Scrying. Yeah, there's no way for me to get there. But I guess we could just go into channeling stance. And if this army wants to come out and ambush us, it's a little bit risky given that we're quite badly damaged, but we'd be able to react to it fairly quickly. Although Ulrika might have a little bit of trouble because she does not have her Barded Warhorse yet. So that's a bit of a risk. This area has got really bad winds of magic. It's definitely a risk, but it's one that I'm willing to take. So let's see how that goes. If we got a little bit closer. Yeah, it doesn't quite get us there. Maybe I should have gone for Shilong. But those armies, I don't know. I thought I could have hit both. It's just unfortunate. Alright. Because, yeah, I really do think we're going to need that here. Okay, you come back over this way, because I'm going to need him to help us strip away. Hang on, what if I attach him into the army, it actually gives us more winds of magic capacity. But he's kind of a liability. Maybe just... Actually, no, that costs money. Don't worry about it. We know what's in there. Just come over here and help us strip away the corruption a little bit. I reckon they'll attack us over the end turn. Maybe they'll ambush, maybe they won't. Either way, it'll be fine. Okay. So, over here. Well, we're going to want to force march right to here, I reckon. Because, yeah, we need to attack them. Because if there's another army here, they might force march and bring like 3 full stacks over here. Oh my god. Yeah. We've got to attack them. We won't be able to reach here, but I've got to get rid of these two. This is way more dangerous than what Gelt had to deal with. Okay. Now, obviously, we can't attach all of these unless we make some adjustments here. I can see you've recruited some Grand Cannons from the Western Provinces, and it seems like they've been wiped out. So, obviously, the ones I disbanded before, you can't replace them now. At least from the Western Provinces. But, actually, it seems like Cathay's been completely wiped out. Damn. Alright. So yeah, put you there.
In search of answers.
And we should get rid of all the mortars. They're really not going to help us against this. Mortars on a field battle are just not very good these days. Alright, we need to attach... Let's see, which... Okay, we only had 19 in the army to begin with. So attach the Shadow Wizard. Yep.
Bring forth
To get as much experience as possible.
I serve no master.
You'll need the Death Wizard.
I await to advise.
Shame we didn't get another battle, because we would have had enough Winds of Magic, Arcane Essays to purchase that item.
Of the occult.
Alright, you go in there.
To me.
So I want to attach them in here before we reset their movement. We also need the Celestial Wizard, yeah, don't forget about that one.
The winds blow in favor.
I think we should really attach all of them, because this is going to give them pretty much maxed out spell intensity.
I am a soul keeper.
Yeah, definitely want the Life Wizard.
Relics of
So after that, what would we want to get rid of? Let's see. I do like the Outriders with grenade launchers. Those would be quite handy.
Don't even think about it.
What kind of speed they got? This one here's horseback. Okay. I'm still not entirely sure that the cannons are our best units in this army. Like, obviously they can be really good units, but if we're relying on magic, then that might get in the way, as in they'll just be able to attack us. We could be able to hide everything else. Plus, we should be able to withdraw them from the battlefield, and I don't know, I don't want to ruin the army that he built. It's just that if we don't do this, he's gonna lose. Because he doesn't have extra defenses put up here. There's no way we'd get that done in time. Is that cheap enough now? So saved a fair bit of money by waiting. I don't think we've got anyone that's going to reduce construction costs, so just... Actually, no, there was a hero here. Okay, that's a problem. There was a hero that was noble, so it could get done faster. Hang on, there might be a lord that's able to do it, actually. No. Alright, that's not important, just build that, it's fine. And then over here... probably would be a good idea to increase the capacity of your battle wizards. Plus, when you get to here, this will give you, 2 capacity for the battle wizards, and also hero recruit rank for them faction wide. That's always really good. Alright, grab that, and grab the money there. Assuming we're going to win here, which I'm confident we'll win here. Just depends on how much damage we take as to whether or not I'll go after this one as well. All right, so big question here. We've got 3 more places for the army. And I do really feel like the Grand Cannons are a liability.
Nobody understands the importance of ballistic calculations.
But I'm going to get rid of the handgunners.
My decision will be correct.
Because that'll be the easiest to replace.
The small folk need me.
gold with an arcane eye is needed.
Okay, and then this one. Yep, cool. So that's all 8 laws of magic in there. This guy's only got 113 winds of magic, and again, we don't have unlimited winds, not yet. Doom and Darkness probably not going to be particularly effective against them, so I'll go with Soul Blight instead to debuff them. Sometimes Overcasting is good, that's why I put it into Earthing. Sometimes, that's right, we don't want to put any points into that one. And let's see. Thing is, we've got a decent amount of equipment on these guys here. If we're going to do what we did against Eshin, we're going to need that equipment. So let's protect the ones that we're going to need the most. So definitely going to need the Death Wizard. We'll put a Glittering Scales on. Actually, put an Armor of Fortune on you. And you can have a Rune Fang. It's not going to do anything, but grab it. And the Talisman of Preservation. Yep, okay. Celestial Wizard, definitely going to need you. So you can have the Helm of Discord. Yep. Ogre Blade. Talisman of Endurance, yep, okay. I'll give you the Forbidden Rod. Did I unequip the Forbidden Rod or something? It doesn't matter. I didn't end up... Didn't use it anyway. I've got a potion of healing on the other guy. Okay. Let's give you the... Let's see. Let's give you the Glittering Scales. Yep. And... Ogre Blade. Fine. It's not really going to do much, but better than nothing. Light Wizard... That's Gold Wizard. Let's give you that one, and yeah, take the Brass Cleaver off him. A bit of extra armor would be good for you. But yeah, we don't have amazing items here, so we'll just have to stick with that, I think. Actually, I'll give the Potion of Healing over to the Life Wizard, just in case we end up taking a lot of damage, because I don't intend to use the other guy, sending him in. He's not on a fast mount anyway, so he'll have to stay with the rest of his army. Okay, and then we have to use... Well, I guess, even if I had 1250, I wouldn't want to do this yet anyway, because we have to use Celestial Scrying here. Okay. So, that allows us to get out of Force March. We've got full movement. And let me just check if there's anything else in here that could be quite handy. Yeah, don't worry about that. No, I think we should just save up, try to go for that one. That's going to make a big difference. Shiny Storm? No, don't worry about that. That would hurt them, but I think we can handle this. Okay, well. Bounce of Power seems to be in our favor, if that's happening. I thought that would stand and fight, at least to begin with. I'm worried that if I attack this guy here, I'm not going to have enough movement for Vilitch. But we've got to wipe him out. Interesting. Okay. Alright, well, let's just do this then. Yeah, they retreated even though it was a valiant defeat and auto-resolve. I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough movement to get to Vilitch. Because the thing is, if we beat Vilitch, then we push them far enough away that they can't attack the settlement. What the fuck? There's no designated map for this. Yeah, so this is like... This map is basically the default just map if they can't... Basically, if the game can't assign a map to the battle, this is the map you get. This is very weird. Oh my god. This is actually a bug, I guess. So, yeah, a bit weird. Alright, keep them as far back as possible. But yeah, not going to be able to hide our missile units. Keep them on that side. We'll put these on the other, but I have to move them over. If I just do that, might work a little bit better. Definitely should try to harass them. You need to stay back here. Stay up front. Alright. Now we should have really high spell intensity. This doesn't show it just yet. Yeah, 200%. That's good. That's the maximum. So weird fighting on this map. Holy shit. Alright, for their infantry, let's give them a flamestorm. That'd be good. Now we've got to remember that we don't have unlimited winds of magic. So don't just blast everywhere. Oh god. Yeah, we should definitely get rid of those guys. Taking damage quickly there. Yeah, we need to get rid of him. So we don't have it. Oh my god, how fast do they want to cast? Holy shit. Get close to him, because the closer we get, the easier... Okay, you're not going to be able to fire at them. Move back. Get into there. Oh no, he came on the ground. Okay, that's interesting that he did that. Yeah, see how they're not just pulling all their units over here? This is what happens when you don't use all hero armies. They will actually send their army to go fight your other troops. This is why we disbanded it for the other army. But this is nowhere near as powerful as Gelt's army, so I wasn't super confident about getting rid of... Oh yeah, we don't have any arcane conduits, so we're gonna need all the magic we can get.
Sigma calls!
Gold Wizard!
We serve France! Duty calls! A well-designed maneuver!
Definitely shouldn't be focusing on healing. We need to just get rid of as much of this as possible. Try to inflict the army losses as quickly as we bloody well can. Because if any of them take too much damage, they'll just rout and fall back. Good, we got rid of most of their fast units.
Ready! Amber Wizard! Running! Outriders!
Back.
Quick march! To battle!
Need this guy here to tank this as best as he can. Because yeah, he'll do the healing at the end of the battle. Don't worry about it now.
Our steeds are restless!
Okay, then just charge them in there. Ooh.
Amber Wizard!
Yeah, final transmutation would be very expensive there.
Grave danger.
Okay, we got rid of all the infantry. Just try to get away from them and focus on getting rid of him with that. At least that recovers some of our winds of magic. Well, yeah, refund some of it, I mean. Good, routing them. Now combat, good. Alright, this looks fine. Took a bit of damage.
Architect of destruction!
But I don't think there was any way of not taking any damage.
Riders!
Unless we only had wizards.
Battle Wizard!
I need more winds of magic. He's trying to kill my fucking heroes.
Heldenhammer! Ready for war! Outriders!
Thing is, we're still going to attack Vilitch, so
Outriders!
don't want to be in bad shape for that. That's going to be an even tougher battle.
Sigma calls!
So that'll help mitigate the damage being done. I just need to recover as much winds of magic as I possibly can. Yeah, they're really pinning us down here. Better to keep focusing on trying to win the battle, and we just heal afterwards. Good. No more of that spell casting.
This way.
Shouldn't be too far off from the army losses. I'm just a bit worried here that they are trying pretty hard to kill our heroes. Seems like that guy's faster than ours.
At once!
At speed!
Oh shit, if we lose the... No. If we lose the life wizard, he'll rally.
Fleet with haste!
Yeah, if we lose the life wizard, nobody's getting any additional healing. Okay, Nenevam and him.
No lingering!
Just need to buy some time. Okay, and if you guys could shoot him, I need them to rally.
Take the ground! Swiftly! To slaughter! Wayfinding! Handgunner!
Bring them around over here.
No lingering!
Good, just come back.
Genius guides me! Handgunners! Light is light! Wisdom
Yeah,
guides
definitely try to steer clear of this guy. If we can shoot him with that, that'd be good. Okay, you guys need to get in a bit closer.
It cannot fail!
Oh, they've still got another fucking Tzeentch wizard.
Engineer! Ready for war!
Don't have enough winds of magic for another Nenevam. Hopefully we can inflict the army losses soon. Killing off my entire army here.
Firearms loaded!
Okay, there's the army losses.
Battle!
Alright, don't bother firing at them. Also, this will get us some arcane essays. Yeah, but don't bother firing at their infantry, because we want them to stay on the battlefield as long as possible. Killing this guy would be good, because we want as much loot and experience as possible. So yeah, our army's in okay shape, as long as I can get a decent amount of heals in.
For Heldenhammer!
Yeah, I will use this, because it's not really about recovering Winds of Magic reserves, but just getting some in here so we can actually use it. And if you guys could kill him, I don't think we're going to get him, but he's dead anyway, one way or another. Alright, this guy's not too badly damaged, you can stay out of that. Same thing with you, we don't want you getting any heals if you don't need it.
Gold Wizard!
Let the wind of life blow.
Yeah, they're not going to catch him. And even if they did, they're not good at taking out single entities anyway.
Do not trust!
Just make sure that some of these units stay on the battlefield as long as possible. him out of there.
All things must wither.
At speed!
Yeah, very weird map.
Quickly!
Totally featureless.
Date order.
Problem here, though, cooldown on the spell.
Imperial Inventor!
And if you're thinking, should have got regrowth,
For the Emperor!
well, the problem with regrowth is it's an expensive spell. But the number of casualties overall is quite low. It's just these guys here took a fair bit of damage. Obviously, we threw them into combat very early. And hopefully we get a decent amount of experience so we actually get some more abilities for them. Okay, you're... Hang on. Alright, stop firing. It's good that these ones are going in that direction. So this guy here is fully healed. Get him out of there. Same thing with you. Get out.
Death comes.
Okay, all good. Okay, we're recovering a good amount. Obviously, he can only heal so much, and that's probably because we had to use the Forbidden Rod as well.
Quick march!
But they still got a bit of time before they leave the battlefield. We can...
I am prepared.
Yeah, he's actually used up all of his healing. I think we can get all the healing that's possible for us. Guess you could come back and get a little bit more. Because, yeah, every hit point's going to count. That is, of course, assuming we've got enough movement to hit Vilitch. And obviously we can't reset our movement again. Not for another 8 turns. Alright, that'll have to do. Now, if we don't reach Vilitch, then we're going to have to force march back into the settlement and just prepare for probably 2 full stacks attacking us. But at least it's 2 full stacks instead of 3 full stacks. Because that other army, I reckon it could force march to get over here. And that was definitely a dangerous army that we got rid of there. Especially with their heroes. Not so much with the rest of their units. Good, with 19% replenishment, we didn't take much damage.
We need our
Again,
full
still not
might.
enough to get what I really wanted. I do have enough to attack Vilitch, and it seems like he'll stand and fight. Alright.
Imperial Scholar.
Because, yeah, if we have a look at this, he's definitely got enough movement to attack Temple of Elemental Winds. And you've got to hold on to this. It's so important.
Work to do.
Yeah. Army's in pretty good shape. He's in raid stance, so he'll be a little bit tight. Okay, let's have a look to see what we could get out of all this. If there's anything particularly good. I mean, that's not really going to help. Spell resistance might actually be a good idea, considering who we're going up against. It'd be great to get Arcane Conduit, but no way to get it right now anyway. Because, yeah, if he's going to be throwing shitloads of spells at us, we're going to want all the resistance we can get. Yep, just keep getting that, I guess. Everyone except for the Shadow Wizard, because we need the points to get it to, Stalk. Yeah, so you don't spend any points. So next level up, you'll be able to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just go straight to there, which is really good. Okay, this one. Got 2 levels up. Alright, grab Mark of Heesh and maybe Transformation of Cadon might come in handy. We'll see. And this guy here still not on horseback, which would have been really handy for us, but it just is what it is. He just needs to level up. Okay, get some more ammunition. That'll be really handy. Okay, and we need to make this attack. Because, yeah, if we have a look here, yeah, he can force march all the way to here. And I definitely think it would be better for us to fight them out in the field here than to fight 2 full stacks there. Because these units here, they're not going to provide much advantage for us.
So many ideas.
Close defeat. Okay, but the thing to consider here is that we've got death magic. Okay, let's have a look at the map with this one. We've got death magic. What I might do for this one is actually... Yeah, look at this. Oh no, he's got the Crown of Everlasting Conquest. God damn it. I actually think that our army is quite a liability here. Jeez, that's going to be a big problem. Has he spell resistance? Essentially only 13%. And the spells that he's going to use all the time is Blue Fires of Tzeentch. He's going to be casting them like crazy. Trying to waste Tzeentch's Winds of Magic is bloody pointless. But yeah, we've got to fight them here. This is our best opportunity to do so. But yeah, I'm a bit worried about the rest of his army, not so much the heroes. Because I definitely don't think we should just like pin them down with our heroes in this one. We need to get rid of Vilitch as early as possible. And the only way I'm really reliably going to be able to take him out is with Spirit Leech. But again, we're not generating Winds of Magic fast enough. I should have actually switched the Forbidden Rod to someone else. In hindsight. Alright, I got an idea. I'm going to put the cannons over here, and I want to hide the infantry. We want to buy as much time as we possibly can. And I'm going to hide the cavalry over here. And yeah, if they just want to go rush at the artillery... let's see. Because yeah, if I put them over here, then they'll just discover all of our other guys. I'm going to try to get them off the battlefield, because I just don't think they're really going to help us that much. Actually, the balance of power is even. Problem is they start off with the high ground. And if they're just going to rush towards their army is stronger than ours, and of course, these guys here are not particularly good front line, and really worried about some of these units. The infantry are not that quick. Maybe I shouldn't cheese it too much. Yeah, it's just annoying having to shoot uphill. But yeah, I do think we should just stand our ground here, do the best we can, I think. The terrain is really not great. Maybe over here might... Yeah, actually over here would be a little bit better. So put it like this, because if they charge in on the cannons can actually block a fair bit of the charge. Whereas these guys here don't want to use their bodies to it. I'll move them back a little bit, because they're on higher ground. And this guy... Kind of want to keep him nearby, but at the same time, I don't really think we're going to get a whole lot of use of restock, because we're just not going to get an opportunity to restock our ammunition. Whereas if I leave him hidden over here, I might be able to restock their ammo. Because at least I'll be able to outrun them with them. That's tricky. Alright, well, let's just see how we go. Yeah, this is another thing with the cannons. Because we've got cannons, they're probably going to march towards us. So left him in there, that's hidden. What are they doing? That's good. Alright, we're definitely going to need this. No doubt about that, because we need to get those Spirit Leeches going right away. With 200% spell intensity, it's really bloody handy. Right, you get over here. If you end up having to withdraw from the... No, wait. They're not really looking for you that much. That's it, Paul. Bring them over here. They seem to be, like, looking for our hidden units, so that's actually really good for us. Good. Bring them over here. Hopefully the guns will sort them out. Plus, we've got Net of Amantok. Until they're in range. Yep. Pop that down. I'm not even sure if I needed that. Didn't want to overcast it because... Oh, God. Oh, okay, that was an army ability. Couldn't really do anything about that. Keep shooting at him. They stopped because this guy was friggin' in the way. Put all them on guard mode. Alright, I need these ones here to get up on the high ground now. See if we can draw them back. Quick, finish them off. I really shouldn't be trying to tank all of these guys here with our heroes, given how much I really need them. Yeah, you need to keep focus firing on that. That's quite dangerous. Actually, no. This one over here, I thought they were going to land, but they didn't. Yeah, they're going crazy for that spell casting. Okay, well, they're sending a couple of units that they really shouldn't to go after them. Alright, yeah, the artillery, they need to get out of here. If we want to keep these units alive, we've got to get them out of here. It's about to get very badly overwhelmed. I also need to get the the heroes out of here, so they don't get absolutely fucking killed. We are not sacrificing the heroes for some guns which can relatively easily be replaced. Get them out of here. Oh shit! Get back over there. Yeah, holding a defensive line when you just spam guns like that, really not great. At least we took out one of their heroes. That's great. That is great. I mean, gotta move back. I know I've got a fair bit of Winds of Magic, and the reason why I'm not casting is because I'm worried that we're gonna waste too much magic. So you get over here a bit more. Hopefully the artillery got away. Hopefully. Okay, we need to start getting rid of that one. Could. Same thing with these. Oh, that one is worse shape. And get rid of these damn fast units. Let's get that one off the battlefield if we can. Get back. Where are you? Yeah, you're fine. Okay, get him out of there. Get him out. Okay, at least the Furies should be gone there. Yeah, don't really want them fighting a Manticore. They're just going to take too much damage. Who's got the Helm of Discord? You do. Okay, I should really use that. Alright, they might actually be able to handle that one now. Oh god. Don't leave the battlefield. I really do need you. If I do... oh shit, he might leave the battlefield. Good thing we've got other laws of magic. Come on, rally! Rally! Gotta get away from them. Okay, well he's not coming back. Here's what it is. Oh god. Don't worry about these other units, they're not that important. Shit, fucking spell casting. Come on, get them moving. Gotta get rid of the goddamn Manticore. Actually, these fucking... oh, damn, my Metal Wizard's gone. Shadow Wizard, use this on this one here. Go. Yeah, Metal Wizard's gone. Where are you? Yeah. 2 wizards down, 6 remaining. Still got plenty of Winds reserves, right? Yeah, we do. At least Vilitch is slow. Gotta get rid of all their fast units here. Okay, should be right. If we can just get rid of their fast units, everything will be okay. Oh, we're exhausted. Okay. Gotta keep using this. Yeah, you don't fire at will. You just stay back. Hopefully they won't detect you. Because yeah, if we take out all their fast units, these ones here can take out their infantry without too much difficulty. That's what I originally wanted the Fire Wizard for, just in case. Kind of feels weird relying so heavily on death magic. But because it refunds so much Winds of Magic, it's really quite handy. It's actually good there on that Chaos War Shrine. That's actually quite easy to handle. What's going on here? Move back. Wasn't ideal. Thought they'd finish it off. Yeah, problem here is that they're faster than us. Okay, maybe... yeah, some Arcane Conduits would really help. So yeah, just getting Wizards alone in your army isn't necessarily a Doomstack. Not until they really start powering up their... getting to those levels up. The problem there is that they're in a really loose formation. Now again, if you're wondering why not use healing, because it's only going to delay the inevitable. We need to focus on killing these ones that are coming at us, especially the Manticore.
Taking position.
This terrain is awful. Why couldn't we have that flat map on this battle map here? This would have been so much better for us. Oh, it is what it is. Okay, you can use that now. Alright, the Manticore's been dealt with. They should be okay to fight here if we can pop down a spell that... oh yeah, that's what I want the metal magic for. What else have I got? I could use this. Wouldn't be too bad for it. Oh yeah, that's another problem when dealing with Tzeentch fucking army abilities. Good thing they don't have that huge bombardment. Okay, that wasn't that devastating. It actually didn't kill any of us.
I am Fury. Sigma!
Okay, that should be the last of their fast units dealt with.
Outriders! We await your orders.
I sense convergence.
Alright, now... How much magic we got? Still got a good amount in reserve. It's just not generating very quickly. That's the problem here. Thing is, we win this battle, we get that that arcane conduit on some of them. Oh wait, no, because I put a point into spell resistance for them, which we needed because of Vilitch's spell casting. This will just require a bit of patience. So yeah, for them, if these guys get into loose formation, their shots just don't do any real damage. Bounce power is still even. Alright, come over here and shoot up these Sangors. Oh, this is... I can't actually shoot up at that.
Outriders!
Would have been good to kill it because this doesn't wipe them out. So they're probably going to attack us over the end turn.
Forward.
But if Vilitch is gone, it should be fine. Because the other army that was sitting in the settlement wasn't that big of a deal. And we've taken out a lot of their best units. Plus we're pushing them back into their own region. So no, won't get any healing because they've still got their turn. They get their healing at the beginning of the turn. So I wonder if Vilitch has used up all of his winds of magic. I mean, I doubt it. He had quite a lot. It doesn't seem like he would have used it all up. So yeah, this is the problem with them. You shoot them, it disperses them, and then the shots become much less effective. But if their leadership breaks, then that's good enough. Okay. So, if you're wondering, once again, why am I not attacking Vilitch? Because if I use a Spirit Leech on him right now, I won't even get through his barrier, and then he'll just regenerate health anyway. So I reckon the best way to get him is to just like constantly bombard him with spells, so I just need to save up loads of magic first. Oh god, I think they were going to break. I guess they were close to breaking, and then when they charged in, they got a bit of a leadership bonus. Okay, now they're broken. Run that one down. Never mind. Okay, if we can give our guys here a bit of a rest, that would be great.
Taking position! Taking position!
Can't go back up this way.
Moving now!
Now, hey, what are you doing? Shooting your own troops, dipshit. Yeah, running them down is better than shooting them, so that way we don't waste our ammo. What are you doing? I told you to shoot this. God damn. Killing our own damn troops. But yeah, even with essentially 80 winds of magic, I'm not sure if that's enough to kill Vilitch. Because he's got the Crown of Everlasting Conquest. That's a lot of regen. Even if we've got 200% spell oh no, we've reduced our spell intensity because some of our wizards left the battlefield. Only applies while they're here. Haven't been doing a great job with these ones. Stop firing. Run them down instead. So yeah, that bounce power is slightly not in my favor. What would be the best spells for this? The trolls we'd have to use the cavalry against them, because none of the spells are going to be effective against them. Because again, healing.
Swiftly.
Is he stealing our magic? Yeah, he is. Oh, god damn it. So yeah, they're taking a little bit away from us, from our reserves. The thing is, when the AI uses that spell, they somehow manage to generate more magic than they consume. But when the player does it, it's the other way around. Oh, God damn it. Really haven't been doing a great job with this one. This one's fucking in loose formation. Get that way quick. Yeah, I definitely screwed up that. Because that's the cavalry haven't really been my main focus. We're trying to figure out how to beat this damn army with the wizards. So with what we've got here, how are we going to handle this? You know, in hindsight, it may not have actually been a good idea to keep our forces out in the open. Maybe I should have hidden them. Until that being said, the wizards wouldn't have been able to take out those fast units very well. So we took out one of their heroes easily. Okay, this unit over here, it's not really doing anything important. And our wizards should be able to handle that. Okay, that's shattered. So why don't you go and run that down so that we don't have to deal with them next over the end turn. Alright, so for the restocks, whichever one's the healthiest unit, which is actually this one here. It's got the most number of entities. But yeah, sending the wizards to go fight that one in melee while they're all the way over here, that could be good for us. Alright, need to shoot at the troll. It's not great against trolls, but I don't have anything left that's actually good against them. He's gonna have to stand and fight here. There's no way he can outrun it. No, 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 what are you doing? What are you doing? At least if he's standing and fighting, they're not getting dispersed by all the grenade launchers. So it's a lot easier for us to hit him. And the troll's not doing much damage anyway. Get back. Get them over here before that guy arrives and cast another gleam magic on us. Okay, that definitely helped a fair bit. Make sure we run it off the battlefield instead of killing it. Alright, so what spells have I got that are actually going to be... Okay, we've actually got Chain Lightning. That could work. But yeah, for one unit, I don't know. Because now the main focus is to try to inflict the army losses as cheaply as possible. So healing could work to give us a little bit of healing. Get some bounce power back. I mean, they're just beating this straight up anyway in melee, so maybe don't even use any magic on it. That'll be a problem. But if they send enough of their infantry in here, then we can justify using a Chain Lightning. At least Vilitch is all the way over there, that's good. Right, let's bring them over here. If we get rid of the Exalted Pink Horrors, then they should be free to just do whatever they want. And I might need him to take out this one here. Gotta get rid of this. Because they're going to do a shitload of damage to us otherwise. Using heal magic now would be a bad idea because of the fire damage they're doing to us. Alright, let's get out of there.
At speed! Advance! Fleet! Forward! Now! Go!
Yeah, I definitely think we're going to need to do some healing. Right, we're done. You get back over here. Alright, they should rally. They didn't take too much damage. They're just scared, that's all. That Chain Lightning seemed pretty good. So that's good for us. And is he doing more Glean Magic? We're going to. Problem here, guns would have been great for taking this out, but he was the last one into combat. How much barrier we're looking at? He's got a lot. So we get rid of these infantry first, I guess, because they're bringing a bit of pain. That one going over this direction definitely worked for us. Good, that unit got wiped out. Alright, let's start doing a little bit of healing. So yeah, when it comes to Vilitch, I think we just need to army loss him. Because I don't see any reliable way of killing him using magic or these ones. He's just too small. Thing is, their highest bounce power units are the ones that we're going to have the hardest time killing, the two heroes. Need to save some more ammo for this one. But let's just see how this goes. Oh yeah, no. That's such a waste of ammo. No, that's not working for us at all. No, don't bother. Okay. Bounce power's in our favor, but I'm worried that we're about to approach a situation where the two remaining units are things that we just can't handle. Alright, seems like Spirit Leech might be best against this one. He does have a lot of spell resistance though. Unfortunately, spell intensity does not increase the power of life magic. Of healing magic, I mean. It does for this spell. Still got a couple of restocks left. I don't really want to go into melee with this one if it means that one's coming in. But... actually, no, I will, because that way they'll clump up around them and I'll get a better shot with them. Because that guy's going to take a little while to get here. Just need to make sure that we debuff them.
I foresee their deaths. Moving now. Quick march.
Wizard ready. Quietus.
Yeah, don't use the heal magic right now. It'll be half effective. Ooh, that's a fair bit of friendly fire. That's not ideal. Can't dodge this ability, so just is what it is. Right, and they're getting additional spell mastery as units die around that one. Okay, get back. If you guys could just get one more shot in over there before this guy gets into range. Let's move them back again. We can't keep having our heroes rout because they only get 3 chances. Move back, move back, move back. So what is this? Chosen of Tzeentch. Oh, that's why it's not breaking. Plus, the more that they cast spells, the more they're going to keep using their army abilities and just eventually grind us down. Gotta get rid of this one. Alright, just fall back for a moment. We need to do a little bit more healing. Alright, bounce power's in our favor, that's great, but again, gotta inflict the army losses, and if Vilitch doesn't get army loss when we take out everything else, that's gonna be a problem for us. Yeah, he's using gleam magic on himself. That way they sort of don't spend their winds of magic and they just keep charging this up. Tzeentch is bullshit in this game, and it has been pretty much the entire game when the AI is playing as them. Just can't believe 3 years and they still haven't fixed this whole them casting a spell they're not supposed to be able to cast a spell on themselves. Like, how are they stealing magic from themselves? I can't justify sending them back in over here. That's why I'm trying to shoot them, but unfortunately it's causing us some damage. I was hoping to get it decaying, but of course we didn't kill an enemy lord, so... ah, shit. Alright. Let's bring him back. Alright, at least it's... God, this fucking guy here. How am I going to kill him? Because he's got okay combat stats. Are we just going to go into melee with him? With our heroes? I guess we could, once we've taken out all of these guys. Could work. If everyone else is gone. Because, yeah, his overall combat stat's quite low. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Gotta get back over there and restore... I'll probably restore this one's ammo, even though it doesn't have the most number of entities. I just gotta regain some bounce of power, because I reckon they're at the point where we could potentially have inflicted the army losses. Okay, we got these guys. Isolated, we got them. Also, if we've got no more power reserve left, even if they use Gleam Magic on us, it's fine. They can't take any more reserves that we don't have.
The Amber Order.
Okay, that's gone. Good.
Battle wizard.
Yeah, he just keeps freaking casting that.
Amber wizard. Running.
Because yeah, again, if the player was doing that, you would eventually run out of magic. But the AI, for some reason, they just don't.
Yes.
It's really weird. Alright, now these ones over here. Keep these two out of it now. Don't restock them. Alright, bounce barrel's looking good. Good thing as well is that a lot of our gun units actually left the battlefield. Didn't get... Oh, God. Fucking army abilities. Didn't get wiped out. So, if we get attacked over the end turn, then... should be able to use them. Because most of the Tzeentch forces here, they got wiped out. They didn't necessarily rout. Most of them. But yeah, it would be good if we could manage to wound them. I need to get Vilitch back over here. Because if he gets the army losses, you just leave the battlefield. He's not a demon, is he? No. Alright, that's all I really needed them to do. So, get them over here and hide. It's now all up to the wizards. So yeah, I'm just gonna go into melee with this one. So,
deathly winds.
let's get rid of him and see how that goes.
Empire. Forward.
On my command, take the ground.
Tear them.
No lingering.
With haste.
So there's Glean Magic. Wait, what do you use? Yeah, Treason of Tzeentch, actually. That's fine. Let's just hope we can actually do some damage to him. Which so far, nope, not really doing anything. Trying to cycle charge as much as we possibly can. Another problem is that we're tired. And so is he. Good. If he tries to cast those spells when we're in close range, it's not going to do anything to us. It's just going to miss.
I am fury.
Alright, I'm going to use Spirit Leech. Because yeah, we just got to kill this guy as quickly as we possibly can. Otherwise I'm going to have to spend more Winds of Magic on healing.
God brings death.
Take position.
God.
For the Empire. Celestial wizard.
Going. Set off. With haste.
Eager.
Keep trying to cycle charge our guys as much as we can. Looks like we're winning here, that's great. Alright, you need to restock. Actually, no, I don't want the army losses to be inflicted just yet, because I want Vilitch to come over here, so that when he routs, we get him. Otherwise, we've got no time to get him. If I restock them, it might inflict the army losses. Victory's in our grasp. He's routed. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. We're not going to get him. But we will get this one. Alright, focus a little bit on some heals. Yeah, there's no way we're going to catch him. It'd be really good if we stole the Crown of Everlasting Conquest from him, but the chance of that happening is 0. Alright, try to get whatever healing we can. There's not much. It's better than nothing. Alright, that didn't really go fantastically well, but at least we won. Yeah, he's not going to get over here in time. I think there's still like 1 or 2 infantrymen left. Yeah. But they're wiped out because they're too low in entity number. Okay. Yeah, definitely a Pyrrhic victory on that one. Yeah, no units got wiped out. Good. Yeah, sometimes when you're getting overwhelmed like that, you gotta know when to just call it quits on a defensive position. That was never gonna hold. But really good that we killed this guy nice and early. He would have otherwise absolutely slaughtered our wizards. Didn't end up using all my Winds of Magic either. Alright, so we've gained a fair few of those. I was definitely hoping for more. And we'll definitely need the replenishment.
For battle.
And yeah, we didn't steal any. Like, stealing that item would just be just so he doesn't have any left. Alright, at least, according to this, he isn't able to make it back here.
Master engineer.
According to this, but he pushed him out of the way. That, yeah, because even if he came in here by himself, he would be able to beat Temple of Elemental. Actually, no, we'd be able to auto-resolve. No, because he'd still just force-march this army over here. Alright, what we really need to do... It'd be great to go into channeling stance, but really trying to block this off. I don't want to go on enforcement. That's another thing. Doesn't he have teleport stance? Well, if he teleports on top of us, that's not that big of a deal because it'll only be a very small portion of the army, and he still have to wait for his reinforcements to show up. This guy's on horseback now. That's good. Probably need more ammo. That might help.
Never complacent.
Yeah, we didn't get to rank 12. The projectile attack that they use, that is actually a missile attack, so Sigmar's Ward would be handy. The Grey Wizard got to rank 12, that's great. Yeah, as much as it would be good to get Arcane Conduit, we don't have enough points. And we really needed that spell resistance last turn. Probably should have done that for the Death Wizard. Need to get to Arcane Conduit. None of them are going to be able to do it though. Get towards it. Hopefully you don't get shot at. Okay, let's give the Forbidden Rod to someone else. Let's give it to you because you stalk now, so they won't be able to see you. Yeah, you take it. Right.
So many ideas.
So I wanted to try to like stand here so that we could maybe block the path there. But I'm just not sure if we'll be able to.
Time to draw up some plans.
Okay, that slightly slowed them down because sometimes they can be a little bit inaccurate as to
Imperial Scholar.
where they're actually able, how much they're able to move. But yeah, we've still got to go through what looks like a pretty rough end turn here. I gotta wonder if maybe it would be easier if I just got rid of all of these units right away, because getting ambushed, these are all super vulnerable. Actually, no, not the cavalry. But yeah, the problem here with Vilitch is, of course, that he's got regen and he's got so much barrier. But this army here is not that big of a deal. I guess, no. If he charges at us, even if we get ambushed, the guns would be able to take him out. Because he wouldn't be able to kill them all super quickly. What spells he got? He could potentially. It just depends on what he does. He doesn't have tons of winds of magic. And if he uses teleport stance, he'll have to use up some of his winds to do that, I guess. We could get double the ambush on this turn. Alright. Then with you... Yep, do that. And... Yep. I don't have enough winds of magic for that death magic item. Almost, but not quite. There's nothing here that's particularly useful. Whatever. Good. Arcane Conduits all around. So yeah, Gelt's army I'm not worried about. Oh yeah, I definitely want that. Too bad we can't get... Or is it Skaven Slayer? Which, yeah, this one here to provide ambush defense chance. It's fine. It should be fine. Actually, what am I doing? Should really be working towards Arcane Conduit, but she's also a good melee fighter. It's not like we haven't got enough wizards in this army already. Yeah, definitely want that point in there. Yeah, we've got enough Arcane Conduits. Make her stronger, just in case she gets caught. Okay. Right. So, another thing that we could do, actually, we could use Restoration to restore all of the health here, costing 450 essays. That would restore all of our entities. However, I still think I can handle it, even as it is, and I want to save up those arcane essays. So yeah, we'll go with that. It's a bit of a risk, though, but one I'm willing to take. You don't really need this now, do you? Yeah, public order's fine. Yeah, getting this would be good. Alright, and let's see with diplomacy if there's anything we can get for you. No, nothing interesting. Alright, well, money's fine. I've constructed as much as I could. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Moving on. So Clan Eshin goes first, and then Vilitch the Curseling. Cool. Well, they didn't ambush us, so that's fine. No problem here whatsoever. Okay, definitely can't auto-resolve it. But yeah, this is also a really good way to get Balthazar Gelt power leveled up, because the army that you had before, if the enemy were weaker than your army, they'd run away from you. But with this army, they pretty much always assume they're stronger than you, but they're not. So it's actually stronger than what you had before, and the enemy will be magnetized towards you so you can fight more battles, because otherwise the AI is just very cowardly. Alright, we need to focus on doing lots of healing to begin with, because obviously we're in terrible shape. It would be good to get rid of that Lord right away. Because yeah, the amount of Winds of Magic we've got is not an issue.
Death comes.
For Heldenhammer! Moving faster! Formation, march!
Alright, let's just use not an overcasted one. Okay, they've got lots of Menace Belows here, so let's... Oh yeah, we got to stay around Ulrika. Okay. Well, she might regenerate because of her lesser healing anyway. Yeah, I took off the Helm of Discord from this army. Yeah, I don't see us suffering too much damage here. This is semi-fine. Get Gelt back in there. So that one should end up dead. Nope. Alright. Well, we definitely want to kill him because rank 13. And also, causing them to get a leadership debuff is good for us. As long as there's no heroes up here, there shouldn't be anything to really worry about.
The power of life is mine! Armor melts!
Courageous!
Alright, that should kill him this time. Good. Good for them. We've got regrowth. Just not sure if I should be using it, that's all. That being said, we've got lots of Winds of Magic, and some of our guys are actually in fairly poor shape. No Lord in this army, so we don't need to go send anyone, a Death Wizard over there to go sort him out. Would rather not fight the Storm Vermin Halberds, but it depends if Ulrika's going to be able to get away. Can't leave her behind. Okay, it should be fine for her to fight them because she's not on horseback. She's not going to take additional damage from them. And we'll give her a regrowth. Oh, damn it. I don't want to overcast it just because I don't want to miscast because obviously that'll do a lot of damage to him. And regular cast should be sufficient. Yeah, we got heaps of magic, it's fine. So yeah, in this battle here, Ulrika is actually kind of a liability. Oh god, stop that. Just because she's the slowest unit. So I have to actually stay still and protect her, as opposed to running around just throwing spells at them. Alright, this guy's taking too much damage. Let's get him out of there. Same thing with the Metal Wizard, taking too much damage.
They'll never move again. Feel my power.
Obey!
I am supreme.
Alright, Ulrika, yeah, let's try to get her out of there if we can, but because she's on foot, it's a bit of a problem.
Ulrich's wrath on them. We are Sigmar's heirs.
They flee! We run untamed power!
Ulrika!
Haste gold magic.
Okay, this all looks good.
Ulrika!
Bestial strength!
Good, need to get rid of these missile units here. They're the biggest problem. Yeah, see, gotta run a slingers with armor piercing. This is what we didn't want to be on the Griffin mount. Shoot us down too easily. Because it would shoot at us while we're in here, whereas when the Pegasus mount, see how they don't bother shooting at us? That's what we want to see. That's how it looks good, but our... You know, we're not going to recover the full in this battle, nor do we really need to. It's fine.
Wizard of death. Death's foreseen.
Alright, hopefully this causes the army losses. There we go.
Feel my ire.
Okay, try to get a little bit of healing in, but for the most part, we're not going to be able to get much. Most of them are already at their max heal. Don't worry too much about running them down. I guess I could. Why not? Doesn't matter though. I think we're in slightly better shape than we were at the beginning of the battle. At least with some of the heroes. And they're definitely not in good shape. Yeah, maybe if I had been that badly damaged after the first battle, maybe then they would have attacked me, but I didn't suffer enough damage in that battle. Tried too hard. Did too well in the battles that I wanted to do worse, and I did badly, didn't do as well in the battles where I needed to do really well. But we'll see what happens with Vilitch. I reckon there's a good chance he'll teleport stance on us. And I don't think force marching away would have helped. Probably still would have been able to do it. It would just be in force march. Just have to see how that goes. Okay. So hopefully he goes inside the settlement. Doesn't go this way because I just cancelled the buildings. Ah, damn it! Just cancelled the construction of that defensive structure. I guess what he could do is actually sack it, hit them, and then maybe I'll have enough movement to get back. Hard to say. Alright, now for what I thought was going to be the really difficult stuff. What's he doing? He did teleport, but he did it away. Okay, well then this situation's solved, I guess. Yeah, he's running his tail between his legs. I don't know why they put this guy in here. You gotta be careful with the Warriors of Chaos because of their ability to just recruit wherever. Could just go straight over here to attack this, and I reckon we'd win. It's just that this guy could pick up a couple of units and attack Temple of Elemental Winds, and the problem here is that this garrison is fucking rubbish. Like, these units just absolutely suck. They hold the line okay, but you've only got 2 crossbows in there, so it's a really bad garrison that the Empire has. Got plenty of money in reserve. But yeah, how are we going to catch you? Yeah, I reckon if we sack this city, we'd have enough movement to catch him. Because otherwise, yeah, I kind of screwed up with getting rid of the defensive structure. Well, that being said, didn't it? It still would have had one more turn to go. If we have a look at this, actually, the garrison there is not too bad. Should be able to handle that one. But what they'll do is they'll just walk right past your walled settlement and go to Wiley Village, which once again has a shit garrison. Guess you could recruit a new lord over here to hunt that one down. But yeah, this is what the AI does. They're just bloody cowards. Another thing, though, is that if there's another Skaven army in the area, if you leave yourself weakened, that one might come back over here to attack. So if we send this guy to have a bit of a look... No, there's no armies that are going to be able to attack Shilong. The settlement itself is at tier 3, so yeah, sacking it would bring it down to tier 2 and then occupying it tier 1. Whereas if occupying it right now would be tier 2, so that's not ideal. If we came over here and then attacked him, we probably... Well, actually, we might have enough movement to get there because we'd get bonus movement from the attacks that we make on that. I'm gonna do that because yeah, we shouldn't leave these guys over here. Okay, it does look like we'll be able to catch him because we get one free move. Yep, and then we get another free move. It's just not within range there, and we've got the arcane essays now to get this. Could do that one as well, but this one's better. So this one reduces Winds of Magic cost for Law of Death. But this is the one you want to get first. Now, don't lose that. Really freaking good. Probably one of the best items in the entire game. Period. Because of what it can enable you to do. So, yeah, really, really good.
Invention is my gift.
Alright, do that. Could auto-resolve it, but this is a good opportunity to get some healing done, and these guys aren't going to do anything. I mean, that's not a spell cast, so yeah, they just can't do anything. I'll just pause the recording, though, as I do this, because it's not going to be difficult. So yeah, super easy, no damage, and I was able to heal all of our heroes. So that's good. And yeah, dead essentially to the last man. Now, funny thing with... Well, it's not really funny, but with the Death Wizard, with Spirit Leech, it's got it down to 4 Winds of Magic. So it's not quite yet restoring Winds of Magic whenever we cast. Not yet. There's a couple of extra things that we can do to actually get a little bit extra. That's a lot of replenishment considering it was such a small army.
Master engineer.
But it's mainly about the last rites. You just have to inflict a lot of casualties. The thing is, with Spirit Leech, you're not going to inflict a lot of casualties. So you kind of need that in conjunction with Purple Sign of Xerius. But another thing as well is getting Amethyst Scholar. So that's an additional 10% Winds of Magic. That should bring it down to 3 Winds of Magic, I think. And then getting this one here will bring it down to 2. And then, of course, if you get Yuan Bo's defeat trait, you can bring it down to 1 Winds of Magic. But once you've got it to down to 2 Winds of Magic, every single time you cast Spirit Leech, you will always recover at least a small portion of Winds of Magic reserve. So it becomes unlimited at that point because of the way that Life Leeching works. Restore 2.6. So you spend 2, you get 0.6 back. Profit, essentially, every time you cast. What this one here needs now is... it's not good. Bad region for Winds of Magic. But what it needs is more arcane conduits so you can actually generate that magic faster. Yeah, having lots of maximum reserve is pointless if you don't actually generate it. I must have leveled up my Death Wizard in the other army. Good, there's an arcane conduit, so that's helpful. Good. Even just a couple of them will make a big difference. Alright, then we've got that attack to do, which that shouldn't be too difficult. I mean, it's a pretty basic army. It's a shame the region is so bad for Winds of Magic. But again, I don't expect them to make a counterattack, and they've been severely knocked down now. In fact, this might actually be the bulk of their balance of power. But yeah, the big question now is what to do about this one. Because yeah, you capture that, it's not going to get any more replenishment. It's only really got 3 somewhat decent... Oh, actually, these are all quite good if they're Eshin units. In a walled city siege, if they're not at full strength... I mean, you've got towers as well. That being said... They're just going to bypass you and just go straight down this way. So you will need to recruit some forces here. And so that way, when they walk past here, you can catch them. That's if they do that. Otherwise, they'll go down this way. Oh, they're going to be so annoying. Because they're not going to attack the settlement.
Now,
So as good as it would be to attack Shilong and capture it, I think we need to take this out. Alright. I don't think can... Yeah, okay. Auto-resolve will work. Forza lazy. Ooh, oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Damn, Legend, that's some lazy shit. Okay. And... damn it. I was hoping we'd reach. But, on the plus side... we'll have to go through another turn. They might be willing to attack us now. Because, yeah, that is some severely damaged army right there.
I shall be victorious.
Because that's what we
Do
want.
not waste my potential.
Okay. Still generating wins. Yeah, you keep that. Brought down to tier 1. But,
I am the
oh well.
supreme patriarch.
So that actually could have... Like, that wasn't what I originally intended. But sometimes a mistake can show an opportunity that otherwise you wouldn't have seen. That could actually be really good. Yeah, I don't know. None of this stuff matters anymore. Same thing over here. So that one got its arcane conduit. We definitely don't need to give this one the item from the other Death Wizard. And for her, yep, that's good. More campaign movement range will really come in handy for you. Okay, and let's make this attack here now, which we should be fine. Yeah, Valiant Defeat, probably because we're attacking a settlement, but I don't... The thing is with this, it can say Valiant Defeat, but there's no units in here that I'm at all worried about. Not one bit. And because our heroes are a little bit better now than they were the previous turn, they'll do a little bit better, plus they're fully healed. We won't need to hide our units. Oh, also this guy here is now on horseback, so that's good. But yeah, they got a low-level Lord, which will take that guy out straight away using Death Magic. Because this one's got 200 spell intensity, whereas the one in Gelt's army doesn't, because we don't have much wizards in that. But man, the terrain is so freaking full of potholes, they're going to be very inaccurate. Yeah, see, putting your guns here, anyone that's in this area here is going to be blocked by the terrain. Man, Warhammer 3's freaking maps are so bad for missile armies for the most part. Here's what it is. Okay, we'll send them around here. If we can get some of them to chase after us, that wouldn't be the worst thing ever. And then send all of them in together. Okay, don't want to be dealing with the cavalry there. Try to take minimal casualties, just in case there is another army that we haven't seen. But I don't think it would be that big of a concern. Yeah, it said Valiant Defeat, but the bounce power is actually in our favor. So, I think it's largely because Vilitch's faction might be getting an auto-resolve boost, or maybe it's because it's a settlement. People who are defending a settlement get a bit of an auto-resolve boost, even if the settlement doesn't provide any defensive advantage whatsoever. I guess I want to get rid of that Lord. Oh god, they're actually going to catch us. Oh shit, no, I didn't see the tentacles in there. Get back, get back. Damn it, I want to take minimal casualties, and that did not work out. Alright, in hindsight, really shouldn't have left them there. That was silly of me. But we'll get them back. I just shouldn't have done that, that's all. Okay, that looks pretty good. Alright, yeah, just send them into melee here, that's fine. God damn it. Making mistakes with these units. I'm doing a terrible job with the Outriders today. But that's not what I'm relying on. I was actually hoping there was some infantry against us. Unfortunately, these ones here trying to shoot at those Centaurs, not really ideal because cannons take ages to turn around. They're just not really great against cavalry. I actually really need to be focusing over here. I really should not have sent those cavalry over there. What a silly move. All it did was divide my attention. Now I'm focusing on them when I should be focusing over here. Could have killed the enemy lord by now. God, these poor outriders. Yeah, boy oh boy did I make a mistake there. Come on, shoot him. And then back a bit. Oh man, I massively fucked up with this. Just lured them right into me. This is good though. This is good. But yeah, this is really bad. But like I said, your army would actually be stronger if you got rid of all of these units. I know it seems silly, but yeah, this is a liability now. Easy to use. Actually, I reckon that'll do the trick. Well, so much for not taking much damage in this battle, that's for sure, but none of the units are going to get wiped out, so yeah. Just trying to do it next time, I guess. Jeez. Yeah, because that overcasted 200% strength spell. How many kills did he get? Oh my god, 73,000 damage. Yeah, I shouldn't have sent the cavalry down over there. That was very silly in hindsight. And just sent them in, because that worked out fantastically well. Everything else was just silly. And I'll just try to get a bit of healing in. Although they're in pretty good shape, I don't think we need to worry too much about this. No. And I don't think there's going to be a counterattack, so you have time to replenish with this. Because, yeah, I think the thing is with this army, this is the real strength of the army, and this doesn't really complement them very well. I just didn't really want to disband every single one of his units. But if it was my campaign, I would have gotten rid of every single one of them and just had heroes. Okay, and then we can occupy that. Alright, maybe we'll go through one more turn, see what happens with this one. Hopefully they take the bait and come at us, because they should be considered significantly stronger than us in auto-resolve, although it's an absolute joke. They can't ambush us. And we'll see how that goes. The Cataclysm spells are actually terrible, because they cost too much Winds of Magic and they're not really that good. In most cases. Some of the Cataclysm spells are okay, most of them aren't. Let's see, so we've got a fair bit of money. What should we get you? I reckon that the Chaos Forces are probably more of a threat to you than the Skaven, so let's go with that first. Actually, hang on, look over here.
Careful, careful.
No, actually it's the other way around. Because we wiped out all of Vilitch's forces, didn't we, for the most part? Yeah, okay, let's switch it the other way around. Purge the Fell. That'd be better. There's also, look here, Fellheart, who is also really bloody strong. And yeah, just focus on getting some money going. I think we should recruit a lord here. Should get someone that you've already recruited before, which there's no one. Let's get Master Engineer then. Just to disincentivize this one from coming over here.
I need a list of our supplies
And I'll recruit some units to replace the ones that obviously you had in that army that you don't have anymore. Outriders are quite good. I'll go with the Northern Ironsides. Quite like them. Oh, you've got Hochland Long Rifles. No, go with the Northern Ironsides. Yeah, you definitely don't want to spam Hochland Long Rifles anymore. Just get a couple of them. Works out fine.
Master Engineer.
Yeah, I wonder if we should globally recruit something. just in case they do come down over here. I don't know if we've got many regiments of renown available. Not only a few. Yeah, I should probably do this just in case they do go around over this way. That way Gelt won't be able to reach them. Alright.
Work to do.
And this one here's got a few levels up. I'll actually leave those, actually, except for the wizards. If you've got Arcane Conduit, that's obviously what you need to be going for. Yep. Good. Yep. Good. And this is the last one. Yep, go with that. Cool. Alright, let's go through this end turn, see how it goes. Hopefully, this one decides to attack that army there. Also, what they could do is they could attach these heroes into their army so we can kill them in the battle. It would definitely be an auto-resolve defeat if they attempted that. And that should be fine after that. Like, your army should be able to handle most of the things out here with relative ease. Although, what you really need in this army is a Shadow Wizard. But you can definitely pick one. Don't do it now or else they won't attack us. But yeah, you can definitely pick one up. Looking at construction, everything seems okay. Yeah, just leave that. Okay, moving on. One more turn. Yep, they did it. So, oh wait, no they didn't. Well, whatever the case is, Gelt will be able to catch them. I really thought they were going to attack. Maybe they ran out of movement. Hard to say. But yeah, we should definitely get rid of them. Yeah, no.
Let us begin.
Before we start marching on this one over here. Get rid of them and then... Let me have a look at your diplomacy, see if anyone is willing to peace out now. No. So you still got your work cut out for you, but at least both your armies are significantly stronger now than they used to be. Even though this one here has got 12 fewer units, it is way, way, way stronger. Pretty much recovered all the winds of magic that Vilitch stole from us. So that's good. And, you know, we traded one tier 1 settlement for another tier 1 settlement, but it gave us a lot of money for other things. And, yeah, you just had a big invasion force coming down this way. And you could just, like, force march all the way over to here, and if they ambush you, you know, you're not really susceptible to it. Wait, is she on her horse? She's on her horse now, so that's good. And that way... Okay, if she's on her horse, that means you don't need a Shadow Wizard. You just need to make sure that she is faster than anything else that can catch her. That is in the enemy army. Because you just need to make sure you've got someone on the ground. That's the whole point of having a Shadow Wizard. Keep it on the ground, don't keep it on a Pegasus, and keep it stalking so that it doesn't
do not waste my
it doesn't do anything.
Ulrich's will.
Yeah, it ran away. But yeah, we should definitely finish this off.
Fight.
Crushing defeat. That's okay, but easy battle. But yeah, even though the enemy force, especially Loki, are on the campaign side of things, way stronger than him, this army can definitely handle itself. You should definitely consider putting some more wizards in there, but you need the arcane essays. Also, the more wizards that you've got in your army, the more arcane essays that you get. Which is why we've been sort of getting so many.
By my will alone.
Alright, this is also a great opportunity to heal. In fact, I probably shouldn't even bother recording this particular bit of it, because it's just boring. They're not going to do anything. So yeah, this battle's practically over. Easy. See here, we mostly healed to full. Still got a bit of an opportunity to heal. Maybe if we could kill him, just for the loot money. But yeah, overcasted. What's it called? Dwells Below. Absolutely destroys him. 1,000 kills on that one. Yeah, that guy's going to die. And then just a little bit of bits and pieces here that need to be healed off. Oh my god, it just managed to use up all of his healing. Not a big deal though. But yeah, roaming around with like a really super tough but small army could entice enemies instead of running away from you to attack you. Which is one of the big problems that I think a lot of players have in this game, is that the enemy constantly run away until they've got overwhelming force, and only then do they decide to attack. So you kind of have to trick them into making an attack that they actually don't stand a chance against, but the Order Resolve thinks that they've got a chance. Because it just doesn't expect this result to happen, because it doesn't think that you're going to blob them up into such a small area and then just destroy them with like 1 or 2 spells. We didn't even come close to using up all of our Winds of Magic. And then, yeah, it sucks up all of our movement chasing after them like that. But you got to keep your core territories safe, because yeah, they definitely will just run over here and go for the first undefended settlement that they can find, or just sit there and raid or whatever. I recommend force march this one over here and just be aggressive and stop them from recovering as quickly as you can. The more aggressive you are, the better, because yeah, you don't have a hell of a lot of territory for this turn number, and there are other enemies that you may have to worry about soon. But your finances are good, and you've now got some really good wizards. Again, it sucks that I had to disband all those forces, but I saw that situation as being basically unwinnable. We had to make pretty drastic measures in order to overcome it. Same thing over here. Like, we really struggled against that battle with Vilitch, and I just don't think his army that he had was going to be capable of handling all 3 of those armies, even if it was in separate battles. Anyway, guys, that's the end of this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. Appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Later, guys.